Most AWP heavy map. A little bit of early damage done by Bulbasaur. Guys, I'm lonely, talk to me. Ah, you're not lonely anymore. You're never lonely in Twitch chat. Tommy. Gonna be finding that opening pick with the AWP. Savage down and out. Someone I had sort of highlighted as a sort of exciting player who I wanna watch. But he's dead. So yeah. Not the best of starts for that. TV going to be looking to try and push out onto this A side. Somewhat of a solo play. There's no one with him. He is alone. Very much alone. He has managed to make a little bit of space for his team. That's the sort of thing that these sort of pushes can do. Go very aggressive. Try and take some control. It switches the focus of the CT side onto you. The problem is the rest of the Ts haven't really done anything with it. They've just been sort of lurking in the backline. So all that really caused was... nothing. That's what it caused, nothing. And now the CT side are very well set up for this push on towards the B site. Quick shutdown, and, well, Viva. Gonna be left in a pretty horrific position. 1 versus 5, no time, once again. And, yeah, dead for sure. No way he was ever winning that round. I'm going to actually check, because I don't remember. Whose map pick is this? This is the map pick of Boot. Yeah, definitely spam drop during the major, because that will do absolutely nothing. But at least you'll feel special. CZ buy-in, CZ go. You know the score. It is interesting to me that so far, every round from CyberZen has been unbelievably slow. And like Train, I think Train for me is the map that pacing is probably the most important. Like switching up the pace of rounds, maybe Mirage as well, but I just feel like Train has the ability where you could just burst into a site any moment, and then the next round you can just go back to a sort of static default, wait for any aggression from the CT side. And well, that's exactly what they're doing here, but although they do some damage, it's still going to be the kill going the way of the CT side. Bogdan's law employed, as Bulbasaur will be handed the AWP because he has low health. He may not be simple, but he is still going to be handed a gun. And now, well, a slightly faster round coming out from CyberZen. They go running right in towards this base site. They do get the bomb down at least, which gives them some extra money for the next round. Not that they really needed it. They got the max loss bonus anyway, but I suppose that will secure them a bind to the following round, which I guess is a very defeatist attitude for me, saying, hey, at least in round number 7 they'll have a bye, but yeah, that's sort of what I'm going at. 5-0, Boot. Wow. After 5 rounds gone, already having this much cash in the bank, you're going to be feeling fairly comfortable. And yeah, I completely agree with this. CyberZen calling a tactical pause. Actually, I think this is the first team I've seen all the way through the qualifier who have taken an early-ish pause. Because, obviously, you lose the first 3 rounds, you lose 1 bye round, then you lose the sort of the slight force. Realistically, you've only lost 1 bye round. So I would say this is an early pause. A lot of teams, like, I've seen pauses now at, like, 11-2. What, one team paused at 12-2, or was it 11-3? And I was sort of just looking at the pause, just like... Really? Like, I liked the idea that at that point, they were like, you know what, I think we have a bit of a problem. And their coach, who's just been screaming for the last 20 minutes, just like, yeah, do you think? Obviously not quite like that, because I imagine he was not speaking English, but hey, you never know. Either way, T-side, this is a decent buy coming out from them. Interesting that we haven't seen an AWP yet on the T-side. Maybe it brought in a little bit later on, especially with this 2 AWPs on the other side. There's arguments for either way. If you're going to go for a fast push, obviously, yeah, buy the AKs. But considering they're just playing, again, a static default, somewhat interesting. Bit of a bait and switch there, and well, it didn't work initially, but Bulbasaur's peeking from long has found another couple of kills. I'm liking the switches and setup we're seeing from Boot, actually. their rounds have each been a little bit different. Obviously, the early rounds, it's not so necessary, but that was a nice setup. However, that positioning was a little bit off. Has given away back into the round. Got to be careful, though. They haven't spotted Ben K, and this is a guy that you don't really want to miss. Already going to be able to find himself one. Gets a second as well, as Viva's down, and Monster now left alone. Will be able to just about find that kill, but he's so ridiculously low. But his positioning will allow him to duck back in. Now, as I said, they're going to have a buy into the next round anyway. 3,400 plus the, well, 1,400, 1,500 they already have in the bank. Perfect amount, plus $800, easy peasy lemon squeezy. The question is, can Monster do anything here? And, well, thankfully, we have Tommy to give us a very quick answer of no. 6-0. Well, that was actually Splash's first death. Thank you, Luke. What? Oh my god, your name is really difficult. Euphonious Rin? I'm glad I'm casting this game too. I like me some good old Counter-Strike. Where the guns go pew. Aggressive push out. Benkai looking to try and take the fight. They're completely individual push, but, well, it's doing a hell of a lot of damage, and at the moment, boom. They're starting to play disrespectful. Like, these pushes are ridiculous. This fight from Benkai, completely unnecessary, but clearly feeling so confident at the moment. I'm non-stop talking, yeah, pretty much. Favorite caster. Thank you, VP Ham. Or VFam. Have I met Mia Khalifa? No. I mean,
who's that?
Did anybody fall for that? I don't think so. Well, good old Hurricanes. He's trying to be a bit sneaky. Doesn't have the bomb. So he has lost the round. Unless he can somehow sneak in behind the guys on Ivy, get 2 kills, run, get the bomb, go plant it. I don't believe in that. And the fact is, he's about to walk right into Bulbasaur, and yeah, even then he wins the duel. 7-0 for Boot. CT side looking very strong indeed. The T's, they still have a little bit of extra cashes. I would go for it here. You might as well get some AKs on the board if you need to. Take the eco in the next. But it seems like even the decision making here is taking a bit of a hit. Really taking their time to get into this round. And as said, it's like this map, a lot of the time you can get some decent timing picks. There's early aggressive pushes onto A. Oh, we've got a player drop from the serve. Now, they should just be able to stop here because nobody took any damage. So that's no problem. It's not a big deal that he's left the server. UI bug. Huh. Fair enough. I know, GG. See, like, I don't mind people complaining about Panorama, but you can turn it off. Like, you're not... although it is the default now, you can... Well, I can testament to the fact that you can turn it off, because I have turned it off. It also means, for me at least, pretty drawings again. I am a child. Tommy says he miss eating with you. Aww. That's cute. Although Tommy doesn't seem to agree. Okay. Also 100% accurate. Well, how about this, Evo? If you get 3 scores in a row, I'll ban you from the stream. How's that? Okay. You just googled that name. Yeah, that's the thing you really don't want to do. 16-8 confirmed. Oh wait, you believe what, to Cyberzen? You think the boot are only gonna get one more round? I'd say that that's a pretty ballsy call considering the scoreline so far. Either way, looks like they've fixed the UI problems. I wonder if he did just launch the game without panorama. 15-0 HUTV confirmed. Ooh, fancy. Either way, T's obviously do buy back into this one. I'd like to see them get an AWP in play, if I'm honest. Because the AWPers have been just running riot at the moment. Tommy currently 10-2. Splash 7-1. You've also got Ben Kai at the top, just smashing them down. There we go. T-side gonna be very slow again. I want to see them switch up the pace. Like, the phrase is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, which normally implies if it's broken, try it well. Fix it. I know that was probably the most basic analogy ever, but change something, please. They're going to be heading over towards this B site. Oh, that guy's going to go down. That's a little bit better. The rotation from the CT side looks like it wants to go back towards the A side, but it is going to be the B hit coming in. Tommy already going to be kicking things off with a kill on the man above. Another one comes in for Tommy, and they have struggled to shut this man down so far. Bomb, wow, almost planted. This is the player we need to be watching, though. Monster looking to come in on a flank. Teammates are falling quickly, and he needs to move. He really needs to get there before his teammates die. And now it's a problem, because they'll know exactly where he is. They can get towards the bomb. He'll still find the second, though, and actually gets all three! Monster will take their first round on the board. That came from absolutely nowhere. Stop going to be called again. Maybe another UI bug or something of the sort. The fact is, though, the break back more than possible here. I believe it's China, Singapore, if I'm not correct. Obviously, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, CT side, they have so much money to buy back up with here, so they really do have a very good chance of just breaking the economy and absolutely destroying Cyberzen very early in this game. And that was so ridiculously close. Obviously, only one player surviving. Monster is going to have an AWP into this round. Ready, though. TB does actually manage a pick. It's going to be Splash to quickly trade things back. They've got to be careful, though, because there is a push coming through Ivy. Splash finding another one. It looks like Ben Kai is ready and waiting on the angle and wins the duel as well. Individually speaking, Boot have been excellent so far. Monster and Hurricanes They're going to be pushing in towards the B side. Quick rotation there, but it will actually be the pick coming in. Impression goes down, and CT side are going to have to take this from a retake situation. Quick kill, though, comes in as Tommy will drop one more. As said, these orbs have been absolutely superb, and now Hurricanes has to try and channel his inner monster. Be able to find the first. It gives him at least a little bit of space, and actually both players holding AWPs is not going to be the best case scenario here. Splash, though, is just going to go straight for this defusal, and well, the problem is the position of the bomb is not planted for him at all. It will be Hurricanes to at least remove another and make things more costly for the CT side, but the fact is, the team to take the hit are going to be Cyberzen. Hurricanes can at least drop another AK if they are going to purchase into this round. It definitely won't be the best buy we've ever seen. They are going to try and force it here. Interesting, because they could have actually just got AKs into the next round. Ready? Flash going to be shooting off his silenced AWP. Although, silence, it only works one bullet, of course. Side. Looking like they're going to challenge towards Ivy. One of the better positions for the CZ, the pistols, because it does allow you to get pretty damn close. Splash still going to be holding the angle with the AWP, and he does have support from the rifle of Ben Kai. The remaining two Ts just trying to make sure that there's no further aggression across the other side of the map. You've got a lurker in the form of Savage waiting up towards B, and then TB, well, I would say he was holding, but he's actually just holding a smoke. So if they did push, he would be dead anyway. Either way, this is just the level of confidence that Boot seem to have. Like, Ben Kai has just stood in the middle. He's just watching. If anybody pushes through, he's just ready. Like, when you get to that level of confidence in terms of your aim, that's where things get a little bit more scary. Now, he is going to be forced off the angle by the Molotov, but again, the T's are leaving this so late, and the Incendiary is going to make things so much worse. There's only 25 seconds on the clock already. They're going to be down to 20. You can see TB, he's pushed in alone. I think they realize that they are really running out of time here. Already, Splash, he's going to be able to find one. It's quickly traded back, and the T's are finding themselves a few kills here, leaving themselves with a chance. They go for that bomb plant, push him from impressions. He doesn't manage to really find anything, and in fact, somewhat evens things up, but the nade is nice. Hurricanes now having to try and ace this. Miss shot from Tommy gives him an opportunity, but, well, the opportunity, oh, that's an awful pun, is taken. 9-1. Secondary AWP is going to be saved. Team ace for Boo as well, which is always nice to see. And the T side, this time they should take the hit. It's not a time when you really want to be taking the hit, let's be real. You're very far down, but trying to force this with one AK. Maybe, well, I suppose you could drop a couple and like maybe make it 3. But at the same time, it's just not worth it. Go for some pistols, 2400 into the next round. And why it seems like the CT side are aware. Bulbasaur, he's got himself a cheeky little MP7. He wants to make a bit of cash. Not silenced yet. I really want to see how successful that gun is going to be in competitive play. Because, like, from what people have said so far, it's like either you think it's amazing or you think it's just... people are just like, it's just a silenced MP7 that's worse. It's like, well, yeah. Are correct. Morning, you know. Ben Kai, well positioned, but only to find one. Quick trade back, the pistol up close doing the damage. 9-1 at the moment as they do look to split this Ivy spot again. Good work from Impression though. He should die. He's only got 1 HP. Oh, too many targets. TB somehow manages one. Actually a second as well. This getting too close for comfort. If he somehow gets Bulbasaur, I think he wins the round. He finds the kill. Into the 1v1. Impression only has 1 HP. TB, this would be an absolutely ridiculous clutch to pull off, and I think it's going to come very, very close. Down to just timing. Impression waiting on the other side, and TB's going to do it. What a round taken. A 1 versus 4 with a P250 and Kevlar. And now the CT side, well, that is a round where they should have made some cash. Instead, they've made a fatal error. And now have none to play with. They're probably going to have to just eco this one. T's will have a big boss. They're actually going to purchase. Interesting decision. Not a very good buy, and they are quite far into the lead. However, though, I can somewhat see why. This man with an AWP, Splash, has been excellent. Well, you can see the top 2 fraggers at the moment. Well, top 2 players on the scoreboard. I suppose Ben Kai technically has more kills, but they are the AWPers. Tommy and Splash, right up the top. Already, though, pushing onto the other side of the map. We'll get the man advantage over. Some weaponry has been found, and now they're looking to do an eco win of their own, or a force buy, I should say. Nice shot from Hurricanes. Will turn things into a 2v2, but they're really struggling versus this AWP. Splash with a 3rd kill of the round. Hurricane will be able to turn it back at least, but Splash single-handedly brings a round through. 16-4 for him at the moment, and 10-2 on the scoreboard. The T side back to rags once again as their money hits rock bottom. It's been a pretty poor performance for the majority of players. Hurricanes 14-11. Everybody else, well, combined, only has 18 kills. It's not really the best case, is it? CT side, still not with the best of buys. You can see why they've actually purchased into this one. He's relying heavily on... See, this is the thing. Why not give Hurricanes a rifle? Let's be real here. I just realized as well that TB got 4 kills in that one round and has 6 kills total. Kind of crazy. Alrighty though. CT side will find themselves the opener. Is there to trade things back. Clearly feeling a little bit better after getting those kills as he gets a 2nd in this round. Bulbasaur waiting, sprays a 1st, but it's only going to be a trade back. Now it's down to the SMG. Definitely not ideal whatsoever. Tommy should not get away with this one, and he won't. 10-3. Bounce back in as Boot get themselves another round. Or no, sorry, Cyberzen get themselves another round on the board. CT side, well, now they really have taken a horrific hit. Somewhat ecoing, somewhat forcing. Bulbasaur's going to purchase into this one. Rest of the team are going to eco. Bit of a weird one. Already, the aggression in towards Ivy has not paid off. Ben Kai, he's got himself a sexy little Zeus. Gonna be in the corner, he's gonna get one as well. Oh, that's gotta be tilting for Beaver. In the meantime, though, the T side are just going to look to actually win the round as they've gone over towards the B side. Completely clear, nobody there. Still a little bit of damage being done. A couple of AKs found for the CT side, which really wouldn't be too bad a save at all. Well, the T's, they can't really afford to go hunting. That's the problem. They can't go looking to try and remove these extra weapons. It's going to be 10-4. Oh, XM's bought... Oh, no. Impression's bought himself an XM. No, actually, the XM is such a powerful weapon that the XM has bought himself an Impression. Or he even has a sexy skin for it as well. Oh, wait, it's Krusty. Well, he tried. He tried. I can appreciate the effort. I think he has been spotted, though. That is an audacious attempt. I will say that. A bit of damage done by the HE, and Bankai will lose some of his health. Or Viva. Well, not the only one playing with fire, it seems. Be going for those jump spots. Not spot anything just yet. CT side. Looking to try and get their 11th round on the board. They've been playing very, very well. It's just, it seems that this happens quite a lot. A team gets rolling, find a lot of rounds early on, get themselves into a strong position, and then their foot just comes off the gas a little bit and makes some mistakes. And, well, we see CyberZen sneak enough rounds so they could realistically do this over on CT side. Have to step up their game a little bit, but already a decent start to this round. TB has awoken. He was very quiet. 2 kills up to 9 now in just a few rounds. And while an XM in a retake. Let's hope for Impression's sake that he can find something else, because this really isn't the best retake weapon in the world. I'm a big fan of the XM, but this is a little bit much. Well, they don't even have a kit. It is going to be a 10-5 farm. I don't think anything can be done. That was pretty nice, though. But yeah, at range, not going to be working out. It will be 10-5 as CyberZen managed to make themselves a little bit of a comeback towards the end. 4 of the last 5 rounds. But even still, a pistol win here for Boot could put this game to bed. You're wondering about my nationality? English. I am from London. Either way, as said, a pistol win here for Boot could realistically be enough to put this one to bed. Just because, well, if they get the follow-up rounds, 13-5, win the first buy round, game's dead. That's pretty much it. Lose the pistol, game on. And already, decent start for TB. He'll be able to find the opener for his team. E250. We'll be on to Splash, and the aggression from Tommy actually working out quite well. Almost caught reloading, but we'll be able to get away, and Bulbasaur's already pushed into the connector to give them a man advantage here. He's continuing. He really wants to fight this one back. But already they have a man advantage. Look at the flank even in from Bankai. I wonder if they actually heard him picking up that... Yeah, they did, I think. Although, actually, Viva will look away anyway. 11-5. Boot get themselves the pistol. TT side obviously going to force this one up. Of course, not to forget, this is the map choice of Boot, so... Well, at least at this stage of the tournament, you are somewhat expecting them to be able to take the victory on their map choice. Lots of rifles purchased up by Boot. I think they know that this is an important round to take, but cry that I didn't get to see that. He's going to go for a little bit more. Savage just comes out of absolutely nowhere, and CyberZen have broken back at an important time. And as said, a lot of rifle support in that round for Boot. Either way, T's are going to look to force the issue right back. Looking to try and take the face over towards an IV split. peak, but Viva again with the scout to the T side, who can't buy back into this round, and Cyber's End, well, they've got themselves a lifeline. Decent one at that. Looks things. He's probably just going to look to try and explode onto this A site, I'd imagine. Making a lot of noise early on, though, so I wonder if they're actually going to and switch things back towards being later in the round. It's a lot. Teams just running around, shooting off their Glocks, making as much noise as possible. And then they go to the other site. Just as like, haha, you didn't see this coming, but most of the time they did. Harry Games has said his mum thinks it's going to be 16-7. I don't want to break it to you, but, well, obviously I'm 2 minutes in front. But realistically, I don't agree. Now, unfortunately, I'm a one-man production team, so, yeah. I don't have any replays. I'm also not the best observer in the world. Not really my speciality, I'll be honest. TB, though, well placed. And while I'm sorry, but I think your mum's prediction of 16-7 is about to go out of the window. Did Splash actually just run into the Molotov? He's just like, yeah, screw it. No, you're not going to shoot me. I'd rather burn. Which is a bit of an interesting decision, but hey, why not? Why not? Burn, baby, burn. At least he gets a Disco Inferno. Interestingly, Inferno next map. That'd be cool one day. I know that this is why I should never be in charge of Valve. But just on the release of the song Burn, Baby, Burn, I would just turn Inferno into a disco. Here we go, though. We got to buy it back on to boot. A chance for them to show what they've got on this T side after the mistakes. As I said, they could have put this game to bed just by winning the follow-up rounds from the pistols. Savage. Looking to try and play a little bit more aggressive. It's funny, because I sort of mention him and Captain Mo in the same sentence as these two, like, sporadic aggressive players. The way they're playing Train is very similar. Happy to push spots. The man to take the risk a lot of the time. Huge amount of experience, of course, under Savage's belt. Well, has had a little bit of a resurgence already into this second half. I'll be interested to see if we do get a double AWP setup as well, because that used to be his weapon of choice. He used to be a primary AWPer, but nice work from Tommy, though. 2 quick opening kills. And now the CT side of a real fight back. Tommy looking to try and continue his reign of terror, and that's exactly what he'll do. He'll be left all onto Viva, and the FAMAS definitely not the ideal weapon for this scenario. Of course, the CT side, they do have a big bolster of cash. If that double AWP setup is going to come in, I would expect to see it now. Viva can drop a weapon for Monster. There we go. Actually going to be taking the secondaries. It's not... The Savage not AWP anymore. That kind of makes me sad. Will be Viva and Monster. Picking up those AWPs, looking to try and break back very quickly, but it's a very pricey setup to bring in. We saw the CT side do it last half on boot. And it was very successful, but it could have gone very badly wrong. Nade over the top. Only gonna do a little bit of damage, not anything too crazy just yet. Well, the thing is, with this setup, I think, well, either it could end the game for Boot if they manage to win this round and destroy the economy of the CT side, or it could kickstart the engines of CyberZen and start their comeback. Group, why not both? Why not both? Already. Early damage done by Savage. The Molotov successful, and the push on the other side of the map is going to fail as well. Benkai and Splash left in a bit of trouble. Benkai will at least be able to find one, and there's a few low HP players here. In fact, make that 3. He really has brought a lot of them low. It's only going to be Splash remaining, though, and he definitely doesn't have the ideal weapon for multiple low players. The AWP not really renowned for that. And well, now the T-side money. Going to be in a bit of trouble here. You will read this message 2 minutes later. Actually, I read it straight away. You just hear my response 2 minutes later. So, it depends what way you're looking at it. Either that or I'm lying. And I'm waiting 2 minutes each time. Tactical ball is going to be called by the T side. I imagine this is to give them a little bit of an opportunity to talk about whether or not they should force into this round. In all honesty, there's somewhat arguments for both. You can get 3 AKs here, like 1 dropper. Maybe an SMG alongside it. Not too bad. Obviously, one of your players will just have a pistol. But... and then, obviously, if you don't force, you will have a buy into the next round. But again, one of your players will be a little bit worse off. Impression, he just seems to be a man after my heart at the moment. He bought an XM earlier in the game. He's bought the dual Berettas here. I have a new favourite. Savage isn't AWPing anymore. Oh, and those are fancy as well. I've never even seen those dual Berettas before. He is dead, though. Oh, yes. Bulbasaur knows. He knows. He's brought up. Go on. Get me a Julie's kill, baby. No, it's not happening. But Benkai will manage to find one with the CZ. I think it's enough dual Berettas cam for the day. As Splash also has himself an AWP and has picked off one more. This will be a huge round for the T side to win. They've already done a hell of a lot of damage in TB and Hurricanes. Try and turn things back. We've already in the corner, but it is going to be the trade from Benkai. AWP retrieved as well, and back into the 1 versus 1. Bulbasaur is going to downgrade for the dual Berettas to the AWP because he wants a bit of a challenge. But he's found the bomb, and he's just going to go running away. Interesting incendiary. Like, I get the idea, but it's going to burn out before Hurricanes gets there anyway. So, it doesn't actually make any difference. And he is... oh, he's actually got himself into a position where he can hide. It's going to be a little bit more of an open. But ducking and weaving, 2 HP is all he needs. Boot steal around from absolutely nowhere. CT side, they're going to try and force the issue a bit themselves. Obviously, making sure they've got some extra cash for future rounds where the AWP can come in. Ability damage early on, not going to really do too much. East side, oh, a little bit of burning on Bulbasaur, but not anything to really write home about just yet. We have seen some impressive aggression down from Savage, though. He's managed to get very far over towards position. It'll mean that they can somewhat switch their gaze, and he is actually going to execute one of these players in from behind. Now, it does give away the fact that he has pushed the back. Bulbasaur, in the meantime, is looking to push in. Now, they're probably going to be a little bit wary about Ivy, but the fact is it's already been a rotation back from Savage. He didn't manage to find the gun, unfortunately, so it's going to be a little bit out of there. Flank coming in from TB. And then actually, Savage has found another. This is starting to get a little bit scary, but the CZ now left alone, no weapon to be found, and the range game definitely going to be a problem for the old dog. But let's see. 2 versus 1. Savage just read this perfectly, though. Complete read, and when the players are planting the bomb, he can just take himself the kill. Looking to sneak back in. Finds the second as well. Only has 4 bullets left in the clip, but he can't quite do it. It will be Boot. 14 and 9. The CT side money still not going to be enough to actually go for a purchase into this round. They will have a buy in the next, but the fact that allow Boot. I'd imagine that's what they're going to let happen. They will. Well, they're going to go for a small force, invest something into this round at least. Side with a much stronger purchase into this one. And already, too many targets for Viva will make this 15 and 9. It's been a long time coming after what was such a strong start in this game from Boot. 9-1 up, 10-2 up. It was only really the last 3 rounds lost that made things interesting. Tommy currently 26 and 16. Him, Splash, and Ben Kai have really run away with this game. 20 kills apiece. Normally fairly difficult to get that many kills on 3 players and still lose the match. But it's not over until the fact. CTs will at least have themselves a purchase, but well, clearly a team that desired a double AWP setup, and instead they don't have any going into this round. Going to try and push this one as a team, and by the looks of things, they're even going to try to sneak their way Savage, but they haven't spotted the majority of the team coming out from